Hi, we started a very powerful gateway 20-day process of Red Overtone Dragon. Here we are. And we're in the Yellow Castle. If you count along 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days. 9 20-day cycles. Okay, so we're here in the Yellow Castle and we're going through the gateway and seeing, have we yet mastered what the Great Mother is bringing us for our human being evolution. So in terms of where this 20-day cycle runs to, it's right down here at the bottom, and it's yellow spectral sun. So again, all of these 20-day cycles run from red dragon to yellow sun. So the top of the matrix to the bottom of the matrix. Yellow spectral sun being what's seeking release around the shadow as to how much light we can hold. And of course, today is Sun in Sagittarius, and we are in the galactic center at the moment. So in 26 degrees, I think it is today, or maybe 27 degrees now, until the winter solstice. Wishful thinking there. On the Sunday coming up, the 22nd of December it is this year. And so we're really at the darkest time before dawn right now. So big issues coming up around how we're restructuring that inner energetic body, creating a new star within ourselves. And the planets is Neptune for Red Dragon. So again, Neptunian delusions and illusions have to go, old ways, codependency, communicating through others instead of direct communication. Again, just looking at the pattern of that, it's connecting direct to source, getting our energy direct from source without any interruptions, without any conduits from other people, other frameworks, all of that sort of energetic dynamic, being clear and free. So what you're experiencing today, this is key around this delusions and illusions and old patterns and old ways of being that are coming up for dissolution. And today we have in the UK, we are in a dark moon in Libra. And just as I'm making this on Friday, the 20th of December, we have the moon in Libra at 15 degrees. Prehistoric paintings on the walls of a vast chamber of a cave, lost inside the infinite variety of ways that Earth existence portrays itself and explores itself. You are thrown into an infinity of responses and reactions to the myriad of variations on universal themes. Astounded and dazzled by the way it all comes down, you need to gather a super expanded field into a coherent, progressive pattern, into a virtually random scan attunement, faced with a gargantuan task of coming to know its own real parameters. The only possible path to harnessing and working with this vast multiplicity is to remain artistically and creatively alive to the whole dazzling panorama. Simply choose a mode of expression that can do justice to the infinite scan approach, making it meaningful to everybody else as an appreciation of all that is here, as an uninhibited celebration of the fullest profusion of soul impressions, which reveals and reflects the bounty and the glory magnificently. Wow, that's a lot of big words in there. Okay, so inside degrees, that is a channeling from aquaorfire.net is the website if you want to check out your degrees. And as I live in the Libra part of the Glastonbury Zodiac, really big energy here today around that. My Mars is in Libra. That was a transit that we had a couple of weeks back ish. Check that out, Google that for the exact dates. And we're in Mars in Scorpio now. So again, we're still in that wanting to bring that energy of truth, intimacy wounding coming up at the moment. But Mars in Libra is really about balance and fairness, and again we have a big placement of that today. So the energy today for Venus, of course Friday, as I'm making this video, is all about Venus Day on Friday. That Friday feeling, that going out on Friday evening. This information is from Transcendental Karmic Astrology, and Venus is entering Aquarius today, and there's a Moon-Juno conjunction. The goddess of love is leaving Sirius reserve Capricorn and entering freedom-oriented and renitent Aquarius. Don't know what that word means, I'll have to look it up, which will change the way you look at the topics of love and money for the next 3 weeks. Aha, so yeah, definitely things happening for me around that. In the meanwhile, the Libra moon is crossing over Juno, the asteroid of committed relationships, around noon, exactly around a time that I made another video this morning. Juno is thriving in this sign because serious and long-term partnerships require intelligence, understanding, diplomacy, and objectivity besides love and romance. The moon is highlighting the First Lady, filling it with instinctual consciousness, allowing a 5-degree orb. The conjunction is within orb from 4 a.m. till 7 p.m. GMT. Those who have placements at Libra 14 to 15 degrees can especially utilize it. Okay, well I don't, but it is really impacting on me, and I can really feel that today. So key to this energy really is around nobody else being more important than anyone else. We are all human beings, we are all equal under the sun, although we may have man-made constructs now that indicate otherwise, shall we say. And so again, big themes in this coming up now around how this is not true, how, you know, somehow over thousands of years this has grown and grown into an expanded unfairness, injustice system that we have, especially in the West, and how really big themes are coming up now around this. Also at this time is it's very key to make a stand now around right relationship. It's very key to speak your truth and be honest as diplomatically as we can. So again, tapping comes in to release any past triggers if possible before engaging foot in mouth. Of course, we're in Sagittarius energy, and so, and sometimes we've just got to do it with a passion from the heart, running that energy as well, of really separating out, you know, what is a projection, what is past stuff, what is out of balance, because we're bringing all of that to the table, but also what is truth around relationship. Nobody should be impacting on other people at the expense of other people. Yeah, because that is unfair. So again, it's about all of us becoming grown-ups. Again, this is Venus, becoming solution focused, looking at what has created an upset in a family, in a group. Where has it come from? What's allowed it to happen? And hey, let's not carry on with it. Let's do something different. Let's have a talk about what's going on, where we are, and resolve it, if possible, in a way that is good for everyone. Using the old cheesy term, a win-win. Okay, so yeah, this is really key. This is what is coming up. And Venus in Aquarius is that really strong energy around community groups, and our society, and how certain groups in society are having an impact on everyone and everything else, the structures in our society, people's behaviour, and how that is bringing in illness, disease, corruption of code on every level. So that's what the next 20 days is going to be about. And of course, this 20 days includes the Christmas season, and with lots of people tending to come into close proximity with other family members, for example, this can be a time of extreme emotional stress and eruption. So this is really key to note. So get your book of shadows ready to record what's going on, and a lovely time for me to connect with my mum, who has brought down the family tree, and we're going to be really looking at key patterns there as well. And so what else is there to say about this 20-day cycle that's coming up right here, right now, that I can think of? Well, first of all, it is a couple of days' time, day 7 of this 13-day portal. This is the winter solstice, and it's blue resonant night. So what is resonating with the new code that we want to embody, heaven on earth, feels good, feels healthy, is healthy, letting go of all the mask, letting go of the coping mechanisms where we feel afraid to speak the truth, and we are taking the edge off with alcohol and drugs, and not feeling able to just be ourselves, clear and free, and all the reasons why we've made the masks around trying to protect ourselves, they are coming off now. Okay, so that's the 22nd, the 23rd, the 24th, Christmas Eve, we've got a portal day. So that is Red Solar Serpent Day. So that's a powerful day of the gateway of this wave spell, and all around going through the gateway of relationships, because that's what Red Serpent is all about, the overtone, the 5th mind sign, for seeing where our Kundalini is flowing and where it's not flowing, based on how we've learned how to do relationship with our shadow in particular. Okay, and then Christmas Day, we have White Planetary World Bridger, which is really key to seeing the manifestation on Christmas Day of what do we want to keep and what needs to die. Okay, what needs to go around old worlds. So that's a manifestation day. In your chart, this is about the 10th house, it's about the midheaven, and so that's really key to understanding your cosmic codes and what's going on in there. On Boxing Day, the 26th, we have Blue Spectral Hand. So this is a key day for me around what I need to let go of and I have actually mapped this code for me, which again is the amazing way you can use the matrix now to map code your own personal days. And this is the day of a lot of astrological activity. Okay, so Boxing Day, and there we go. So blue spectral hand, and the day after is a portal, which is yellow crystal star. So, but back to Boxing Day. So this is the new moon. So again, we're coming into that dark energy time now, dark moon energy. Strictly speaking, people tend to say sort of a couple of days before the moon comes in, the new moon. So we've got the new moon at 05:12 in the UK, and but it's like we're pulling towards that energy now. The moon is just getting less and less light. We've got the sun with less and less light. And so it's really showing our personality a lot of the time as well, and old karmic patterns, old wounding. So again, in terms of shaping our destiny, blue hand is the 7th sign. It's about allowing our mystical side of ourselves, our intuition, which is our spirit guiding us, and again being as clear as we can about understanding what these communications are as well, because sometimes they can get distorted by belief systems that we've got running, computer programs, if you like. So 05:12 on Boxing Day is going to be a time of revelation. Maybe you're still up from the night before, or maybe you're going to wake up. New moon in Capricorn at 4 degrees, and it's just worth saying that the next few moons that are coming in over the coming months are all going to be 4 degrees, not around, they're going to be 4 degrees. So this is really, really key as well. And a thing that came to my attention, as it does, as and when we all get this guidance coming in, is the White Moon Selena. So again, if you haven't heard of that, please Google it and find out where it is in your chart. This is what I'm going to be doing with my group this evening. And I don't know a lot about it, so I don't know exactly how it works. This is all new learning for me, but my placement in Selena matches the new moon. So I haven't done my group's charts yet, but when I do, I'll be able to see some more information then. We've got Capricorn number 4. Again, this comes from aquaorfire.net inside degrees. Footprints in the snow. You are following your own footsteps. In the previous lifetime, you set into motion a very full karmic momentum, which only got to midstream. This time, you first recapitulate the previous patterns and then set out where they lead. All of it, every step, feels fated, inevitable. It is an uncannily strong inward impression. Yet in order to permit the soul of this lifetime some measure of autonomy and freedom, this knowledge is held in the superconscious mind, and you can then cast about as though nothing had happened before, except that the inward instincts direct you in a predetermined course, and the lessons and the scenes are so very familiar. When individual karma is this strong, the truth is that you must go through what you have set yourself to take on, and inwardly you know it, while outwardly you tread lightly, whistling in the dark, hoping that heavy feeling does not mean what you know it means, or better and for worse. Wow. Okay. So, yeah. This is the work that I do. I use shamanic techniques, NLP techniques, Carlos Castaneda and associated group learning around recapitulation. I use emotional freedom technique. I go over my past wounding patterns as and when they are triggered. And I also proactively go over and understand what has created my view of the world today. And it's worth saying that our view of the world is not truth. It has some truth in there. It is a personal perspective, a personal journey. It is our map of the world, not only our own individual map, but every previous lifetime that we've had, every previous incarnation that we've had, and also our family footprints. So again, really key, working it out with my mum, talking about these dynamics, having a living oracle who is with me, who can go over this with me. My mum has got a really good memory, and she's got a bag full of goodies around original photographs, which are really beautiful, and also birth certificates, death certificates, following the cosmic cookie trail of our personal mission impossible, should we choose to explore it. Most people don't at the moment. A lot more people are having their DNA done though and mapped, which is very interesting. And the evolutionary technology, as into healing methods, using EFT actually changes your DNA. This has been recorded. It's out there. It's now deemed acceptable in the UK by the medical models. So it's coming online more and more. Do check it out. I urge you to check it out. I'm passionate about sharing this information because this is how we are going through the looking glass, how we are using the matrix. The matrix of the Mayan calendar gives us human beings a template to follow, to navigate this human evolution program. It's what it was designed for thousands and thousands of years ago, for this very time on planet Earth. So it's an amazing time to be alive, even though it's very challenging. Learning about our own personal code is key for self-empowerment. Learning about our cosmic coding, learning healing techniques, learning ways to get out of your story, such as meditation, to connect to source, to the divine, to know that we are so much more than our human being story, and know that we've come here at this time to personally evolve and get clear, and in doing so change the whole bigger picture pattern. So it's an amazing time to really start to work with that, because sadly a lot of things that are happening on the planet right now are so challenging for people. There's so much going on around health, wealth, and lack of resources. And I just want to say that amidst all this darkness, there is a pathway there. There is a good potentiality course to take, because when we stop doing these old medical models, and when we start going back to the old ways of remembering the magic of plants and intuition and connecting to our tribe, creating support mechanisms, going beyond current limitations, what seems very limiting, what feels very heavy and dark. This is why it's happening, so that we can be free of it. And lots of love to everybody at this time. I know so many people are going through such huge issues, and it is heartbreaking to see a lot of this unfold. But we really got to take stock of this now and understand what has created this, you know, where we are, and see these footsteps, you know, see where we've been. Where is Capricorn in your chart? That is really key at this winter solstice time. There's lots more information about the spirals on my blog, flowwithjo.com, and I am inspired to keep updating them as much as I can, as well as living an earthly existence right now. Please do support my blog if you feel it's of benefit to you. Please make a donation. And just like every other human being, I do need money to live on planet Earth, which is why a lot of the time I can't do as much as I want to do around adding information on there, because I'm living life just like everybody else is, and I can't be out of balance with that. Learned that last year, again, seeing where we were last year, what was happening for us last year. I did get really ill last year because I came back from California and Mexico into cold, wet winter, and all the code of that. So it's a hard time of year because we don't have the sun the same, and we do need to rest, we do need to rejuvenate. But unfortunately, with most of the financial models running in the West, we can't take the time off at the moment. So for next year, that's something that ideally we need to really be planning in, which again, I know is very difficult if you're in a regular 9-to-5 job or a regular employment pattern. But this is something that we really need to look at now and make the changes. So in terms of how the 20-day codes work, you will see that the sun ones at the bottom are always running one behind of what's running at the top. So again, it's just noticing these codes and how they start to synchronize together, how the power of 20 works, the power of 20 and 13, and aligning with that. And the more that we align with that now, and the being in the natural cycles of 13 and the shift and the moon codes, then the more we can get off the old labyrinth wheel, which is essential for our alignment with all of the cosmic energy and the downloads that are coming in from the Great Mother. So we just got to get with the program and get healthy and be wealthy in terms of running natural, healthy pattern relationship. Being fair, being equal, being in our masculine and feminine from within, and being grown-ups at this time of year. In terms of where Capricorn is in my chart, it's in my 12th house, and that's where all my hidden power is. So healing all my patriarchal wounding is essential for being empowered and coming into my center more and more. And we're in for a big year of this in 2020. We start a new decade, being disciplined, and eventually going into Saturn in Aquarius. So you can get all your hair LPs out and start singing that song of "This is the dawning of the age of Aquarius," and have fun with it as well, wherever possible. Have fun release the pain, release the shadow, and be the divine child, be the Christ consciousness at this time of year. Remember, on one level, it's a process. The people who came here thousands of years ago, the beings who came to create all of these doctrines, prophecies, Bibles, wisdom, all in every religion, in every culture, there is truth and wisdom for the human being that is doing the Christ process, that is doing the Buddha process now, because people came here before to show us a template to follow. And this time around, we don't need to sacrifice ourselves. We don't need to die so that others can live. It's a different code now. It's about being here on planet Earth and being the gift that we've come to be, living from the heart, from love, from a healed space, being respectful and loving in relationship, and speaking truth, letting go of the mask, moving into thriving beyond surviving. So I hope you have an amazing 20-day process, and whatever you do around the Christmas period, cool Yule, whatever it is for you, your special celebration, I hope it is beautiful and wonderful. Lots of love. Bye for now.